Yo, it's the In Between the Lines podcast. I'm Shamar. That's Jay. Welcome back to another episode. Jay, what's going on, my brother?
Bro. I gotta ask. Hold on.
There you go.
I'm gonna get to it.
You already starting, man.
Listen, American people, I want you to look down at Shamar feet.
Yeezy Pods.
Bro,
Pods.
you got a client, Yeezy. I had to ask him. He did tell me. He say they good to walk around in, right?
Yeah, they good to walk around in.
But the stand-in is an issue. But
standing long periods of time, you start to feel it a little bit. It ain't a standing shoe. It's a walking shoe.
yeah, Kanye appreciate the plug, my bro.
Oh, yeah. Kanye, do your thing. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was going to support whatever his next venture was, whether it be, I'm glad it turned out to be $20 because when they first dropped, they was $200. I was going to get them, but then he dropped them to $20 and it was even better. I bought two pair.
Yeah, even better.
So, you know,
supporting people. Yeah. Round of applause for my man Shamar. Supporting the culture. I love it, brother.
Yeah. But outside of that, what's going on with you?
Oh, man, not too much. Trying to tune into this NBA playoffs, bro. It ain't been that exciting, but to be honest with you, man, I just think the Mavericks are overmatched. You see it. You know what I'm saying? They struggling to score. Boston have a plethora of freaking weapons everywhere. It's a tough matchup. Ain't been that exciting.
No, it hasn't. And to be honest with myself, I haven't even really been pressed to watch it.
Well, honestly, I tune in here and there, but majority of the looks I get, they be from the highlights because the excitement it's not there. And to be honest with you, with the way, from the little bit I did watch, Luka just doing too much.
You think so?
He's talented, but you can see like the onus is on him to try to get it done. He trying to prove his greatness. I just think, bro, first of all, it's a luxury and a privilege to be there after 5 years in the league and for you to get this opportunity to play for the chip already. But I just see like you're trying really hard. And it's not that you're doing bad. It's just that it's too much on you to get it done. And with the way that they matching up with Kyrie on the switches, with Dallas trying to create the mismatch, it's just not there for Dallas because Boston is so athletic and they long. Pause. So it's like.
So why was they struggling against the Pacers?
I just think that it was the pace.
Are the Pacers better than Dallas?
No, I think it was the pace. They young. They run up and down that court. And they athletic as well. You know what I'm saying? That's where I think. And they shoot the three a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? That point guard he that bull. Hollenberg?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he that dude. So he can really create the tempo. But I think Dallas is struggling with that because they really play a half-court brand of basketball. You don't see them really fast breaking like that. It's a half-court brand of basketball with Luka and Kyrie basically being a surgeon every play, breaking down the defense and creating for others. And they haven't been able to do that because defensively, Boston is too athletic and they too long defensively. So that's why excitement really ain't been there. Or if you look at the scores, the final scores, they ain't been high, bro. They've been like pretty much like 110, 100, you know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of point scoring in this series because again, Dallas just look overmatched to me.
Yeah, to me, it wasn't a good NBA series to look forward to. It wasn't good finals. Like I said, I haven't really been interested, but I don't have no interest because I'm really not a Boston fan. I don't want to watch them win it, and I'm not a Dallas fan because they're in Dallas. But yeah, I'm just keeping it real. And like I said, I haven't had no interest in it. It's going to be interesting to see what the numbers is because I heard they got some crazy amount of numbers for the rights.
You talking about the ratings?
No, the rights. They're about to do another package deal for the rights, the NBA rights for the channels.
Well, yeah, that's big money. They want to get it.
With viewership down all across the board,
That's not gonna be no issue.
and it's still, and they talking about crazy numbers. Like, I mean, it's crazy. I forgot the numbers, but this is crazy numbers.
I don't see them having an issue getting a deal because there's enough excitement in the NBA as a whole. It's just that this particular matchup, Dallas
like I said, all the ratings are down though.
Yeah.
From playoffs to tip-offs to NBA start to preseason, everything is down. Only thing that's pretty steady is attendance, but viewership is down all around the boards.
I think it's
and speaking of viewership, I just read an article that the WNBA is again faced with a losing $50 million for the season.
Bro, yo, man, listen. Yo, stop being so hard on the WNBA.
No, I'm just saying. I know you be championing them to get paid.
It's gonna hopefully. Let's be optimistic and hopefully it turns at some point because they got a little celebrity with them now with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. We can see it. They ain't even play a full season yet. Benefit of the doubt.
I mean, it's projected to lose $50 million this year, and their budget is $60 million.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Be optimistic. Damn, bro.
I'm just saying, like I said a couple episodes, 20 years of not making money and you still around, and then you want equal pay. You want the pay to match the men, and the numbers just don't match.
Let me say this: it's gonna be.
And
hard.
You still ain't got the package.
No, I ain't got the package.
Yeah,
no, I'm just too busy. But even still, you ain't gonna get an endorsement deal with the Yeezys being negative. I just want you to know that. Kanye's looking in on this shit.
Well, Kanye is nothing but negative, ain't he?
Hey, whoa. Hey, yo, we don't know what we getting. Let's be honest.
You know what I mean? Kanye
that nigga got bipolar. He acknowledged that.
What positivity has come from Kanye lately? I don't know.
Bro, first of all, the way he be letting this lady be free with the body and giving the public that image. Hey, that's pretty positive to me, man. He looking out.
I guess.
He looking out, so. Man.
But what else on your mind, man?
Well, hold up, man, because them NBA playoffs, this is my issue, though.
Okay.
I got an issue a little bit. I really thought Kyrie was going to really make his mark here because the opportunity is there. He's familiar with the team that he's facing, being a teammate for 2 years with the Celtics previously, but also the way he was playing throughout the playoffs. I really thought Kyrie Irving was about to just explode. You know what I'm saying? In this series where it's needed right now because Luka need freaking help. Luka trying to do everything, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm not disappointed in Kyrie. I just think, damn, bro, you got a lot of talent. Boston that good defensively to contain you. Because he hasn't had that game yet.
Well,
and we expect that.
You look at it as you say he played with them. Well, they also know what he can and can't do. So when you got more than a whole team playing against you and it's just you, it's like me knowing what you do and then you know what I do, but you got 12 people. It's easier to stop me than it is for me to stop all of y'all and everything. So they know his tendencies. You know what I mean? Like they coached him and seen his practices and know what he liked to do, and they've been able to probably
just neutralize him.
Yeah, neutralize him.
And I'm gonna say this: I don't want to, I'm not gonna kill Jason Kidd, but again, a little bit that I have seen in this playoffs, Jason Kidd getting out coached a little bit, bro.
Well,
by the young bull.
To me, most of the time is somebody's got to get out coached.
But it's how you.
Jason Kidd has outcoached everybody up to now.
Well, I just think his rotation's off. I don't think he has enough shooters around what he has because he got two players that can penetrate and also stretch the floor with the jump shot. I just think you surround them two with shooters to try to free up the paint and let them get maybe one-on-one opportunities. But if they collapse, you got to kick out where somebody can hit that shot. They just don't have enough of that, and I really think like that's the issue right now.
Well, then that's really not coaching. That's personnel, right?
Okay, but you got some shooters. Like Tim Hardaway's a pretty decent shooter, and if he get hot,
they be clanking all the. Not
saying,
everybody's hitting. Like they be having open shots and missing them.
True, I give you that because like last night they was down 20 last night, but they chipped away, and they closed it in. They got as close as I think like 6 or 4 points, and I'm like, okay, they got a shot. It's like 3 minutes ago, so I'm like, they got a shot. And they need this because this is the first game on their home court. Like, they literally need to win these 2 games on their home court. And I really thought they was going to be able to pull it out because defensively, they wasn't playing bad. And Boston, I don't know, they took the second half off. They wasn't going as hard as they was playing in the first half to get that 20-point lead from what I saw. And I'm just like, you leave Dallas in this shit, bro, and they get this first game at home, that game 2 might really be something because if they go back tying the series, now we got something. You know what I mean? But they couldn't pull it off. They down 0-3 to Mavericks. And I think they'll win 1, before the series over. But yeah, this is a
Yeah,
lot.
I think they'll win one.
Boston got
They obviously got to win the next one or it's over.
Yeah. I think that out of desperation, they'll win the next one. But goes back to Boston. It's over.
I think Boston's going to come out hard. I think they want the sweep.
I
think they want that one. I think that's a stamp on their season, sweeping the finals.
Okay, but again, let me say this. This is a little different twist. Throughout these playoffs, in this championship series, the best player on Boston has been Jaylen Brown and the most consistent.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is, Jayson Tatum got this huge contract coming up at the end of the season, over $300 million, and both of them going to be making over $300 million. I don't know if any envy going to be involved or any kind of jealousy, because Jaylen Brown, like I said, he's not marketable, but he balling. And I think it's an argument on who's the best player on that team right now.
I mean, yeah, they want Jayson Tatum to be the face. He has everything, but Jaylen Brown is definitely outballing them, I want to say hustle, but I want to say out leading him.
Yeah, he looked like the leader of the team.
Yeah,
honestly,
he has that role. But
that's no shot to Jayson Tatum. I'm not on no shit like that. But I'm just looking at from this particular series, where this is our moment, our opportunity. It looked like Jaylen Brown is more hungry and more passionate about trying to get this chip.
I think it just displays it more. But I do think he's the man on the team.
Yeah. And it's not
and of course, because he got paid earlier, the next guy's gonna get paid more. Number one, honestly, NBA should do a lockout.
What?
Yeah, NBA should do a lockout.
It's enough money to go around, bro.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not enough money to go around.
You just
and it's not.
TV deal.
Yeah, but it's not enough money to go around, and it's not enough because you have a cap. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. You have a cap, so.
But it's not a hard cap.
It is a hard cap. It just has a luxury tax to it.
That's why it's not so hard, because the major markets can withstand that. Miami, New York, LA, Philly.
Yeah, but it's still a hard cap. Baseball doesn't have a hard cap. Like, you can go infinite. It don't matter. Like, you can go, I think, over 20 or 30 million over the cap.
Well, that luxury.
And then it's a cap on the luxury cap.
In the NBA.
In the NBA.
Oh, see, that I don't know, because I know some teams that felt like they was right there and needed that one player. They would sign that one player and be over the cap and take that hit with the luxury tax because they trying to win. I get it.
I think it could be 30 to 50 million, but I know after the luxury tax, it's a hard cap that you can't go over, unlike baseball, which is the one that they can't do. But I think the reason why I think it should be an NBA lockout is because I don't think having fully guaranteed contracts helps the NBA product.
Come on, Mar. Don't start no revolt, man. This is the only league, and let's be honest.
No, MLB has it too.
I'm going to push back on this, and I'm going to tell you why. NBA is dominated by Afro-American players.
Okay. But I think this for MLB too, just to make sure.
Okay, that's fair. And this is one of them leagues where, because we know we are the prize pretty much athletically within the game of basketball, I think that revenue sharing is important. Because if I'm not mistaken, the split is like 51-49, bro. 51% for the owners, 49 with the players. And in saying that,
the players get more.
So it's flip-flopped. I'm not mad, because again, they're the ones risking everything, in my opinion. Yeah, bro.
No.
Well, again, if you want to do a comparison between the NBA and the NFL contracts and the baseball contracts, clearly the NBA, man, that's the way to go if you're an athlete, because the money is guaranteed.
Yeah, if you're an athlete, but it only benefits that one person. You as a consumer shouldn't be worried about that. You should be worried about what presents to you the best. You're the consumer.
But at the end of the day, too, I do know.
Just like you don't want prices to be high in the store, it don't matter what Walmart making, what they're making.
That's inflation.
But I'm saying what you're worried about is what you pay for it, because you're the consumer.
Well, no, because I can relate to the athlete, bro. But number one,
you can relate to the Walmart, a worker.
True that too, but at the same time too, with the athlete, bro, physically. Once your career over, and mind you can work at Walmart for 50 freaking years. can't play in the NBA for 50 freaking years.
Yeah, but you make much more money that you ain't got to work for 50 years.
So in saying that, to have that money guarantee is definitely the biggest perk, obviously. But at the same time, too, you do have financial security after basketball because your money was guaranteed.
But you had that even if it's partially guaranteed.
Well, no, picture like this. Who's going to argue if you in a position to get guaranteed money? Nobody. So when saying that, if this is what the league is offering and this is the way it's set up, hey man, I'm going ball till I fall.
Yeah, and I get that for the athlete. That's why I said the NBA should have a lockout. They need to change that. What's the best sport in America?
You mean most popular? I ain't saying you can't say that because that again.
It's the best and the most popular.
That's the individual.
No, well, everything shows it. That NFL is the best sport in
That's
America.
the most popular. You can't, bro. I know people who actually prefer the NBA over football.
Yeah,
Oddly, to me,
right. But
personally,
just like when we speak in majority terms, like it's always outliers, but the majority rules. Just like it's a democratic republic.
Okay,
the majority rules. So, NFL is the most popular in the country.
That's no argument. I'm not disputing that.
So one of the key things of why it's popular is because it's able to control the roster. You're able to control the roster. You're not stuck into contracts that can hinder you for a long time, unlike basketball. You're stuck into where players really have to perform to make sure they keep your money. Just like everybody else's job. Like most people's job work, you have to produce to continue to get paid.
Of course.
In the NBA, you can be Ben Simmons and try not to get paid, or you can have not good work that can still get paid. Like, it's no benefit to having a guaranteed contract in NBA, because that's why, to me, the NBA is the worst product out of them all, because they just don't. They get the money. Most of them get the money, and then they don't perform and don't produce worth the money.
I can't agree with that. Here's why.
So you ain't never, before you go to your thing, you ain't never said that guy ain't worth that money?
Yeah, NBA, absolutely.
A lot of times, right?
But that guy is the 8th, 9th, 10th guy on the bench.
No.
Facts. He's not starting. Obviously, he ain't that damn
So you
good.
saying Harden deserved the money he was asking for when he was playing for the Sixers?
What was he getting? 36, right? Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let's be honest.
Yeah, he did. Because he, first of all,
Tobias Harris deserved his money?
Tobias, no. Not guaranteed. Hell no. He underachieved. Hell no. But again, you that's like with football. You can't fault the market for what it's.
I'm not faulting the market. That's why I say it should be an NBA lockout, because the market is messed up. I think the NFL should have a QB cap too. I think they should have a player cap where your player can only account for so much of your cap.
That's not going to happen.
It should happen. I'm not going to never say never.
I mean, that's your opinion, but you remember something. It's unions to protect players.
That don't mean nothing.
It does mean something. This is why that's not happening.
That's why you have lockouts.
But this is why it's not happening.
No, that's not true. That's why they have lockouts.
Okay, when last time the NFL had a lockout?
They have good. They're the best run business. They're the best run sports business in the NFL. They don't have to have lockouts. So they get it right.
When the last time they had a lockout?
They have it right. They don't need the lockout. That's why I'm saying
the lockout before.
I know they've had it, but they don't need to, because what was one of the main things that they had the lockout about?
Back then, it's that long. It's like you talking about 1988, some shit, bro.
Right, so
86, 87.
You're proving my point.
No, I'm not, because
because they run a good business. They had a lockout. When you have a lockout, that means the owners are not feeling what's going on right now,
and that's fine.
Yeah, so that's why I said the NBA should do that as well. The NBA owners should do that too as well.
Okay, I mean, if that's your opinion, that's fine. But at the end of the day, that players union that's protecting all them players, they not having that, because again, the players understand that leverage. It's just that what line or what threshold they're gonna, bro. You can go back to the NFL.
The players have no leverage.
Hold on, bro. Well, end of the day, you can't. If it's a lockout, when that shit get unlocked, it's because the owners is losing freaking money.
No.
And, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
They're billionaires already, bro.
That don't mean they still losing money, bro.
Who's losing more money?
It ain't about who's more.
Yes,
they're losing money. Nah,
Who
bro.
can sustain it more?
No, bro. It ain't about see now you changing it. It's about anytime they get back at that negotiation table, They got to give up something. So it's a matter what the union is fighting for.
Right, and they not opening up till they feel as though they're being compensated. When they have a lockout, the players don't lock out.
Players ain't playing on that, getting back on that field. What would they call them? Scabs?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So this is what I'm saying.
That's because the league still wanted to continue and do it.
And did it work?
Yes, it worked.
It didn't work, bro. Quality football was awful when nobody watching it. That's a fact.
What are you talking about?
When they had the lockout, 86, 87.
No, you saying did the owner? I'm saying did it work for the owners? It worked for the owners.
It didn't work for the owners because you had to unlock the goddamn door and let them back in.
After they got what they wanted.
After they lost all that money because now
they didn't lose no money, bro. The contract is the contract. They still get paid. Okay. Like when they still get paid from the TV contract.
Yes, and absolutely. And then TV, the owners of the TV network is saying what? There's some bullshit product.
Don't matter.
They
in the contract, like you said.
Yes, it matters.
It don't matter.
It matters because the NFL can't sustain that. It can't sustain them losses. That's a fact. No, hell no.
It can.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. You're giving up too much power, bro. It can't sustain them losses, bro. That's why if it is a lockout, that should get unlocked at some point because they're losing too much revenue. And they got contracts to oblige. That's a fact. And you can't be putting out an awful product and still expect for you to get compensated fairly. That's not going to work, bro. You know how many lawyers are being involved at that level? Billionaire level? Because the TV networks is like this. We're not paying for this shit, bro. This wasn't part of the deal. So the NFL is now pressured by the TV networks and those contracts that's already signed to get to that negotiation table with them players, with the player union, and figure this out. And there's going to be some give and take on both parties.
The last NFL lockout was 2011.
Okay.
And basically...
in the NFL?
In the NFL.
Okay. And what happened?
Basically, they didn't want longer seasons. What happened?
What do you mean what happened?
Do we have longer seasons? The players didn't want longer seasons.
Okay, but you tell that whole story.
I'm about to break it down to you.
Okay, because I know the owners gave up some shit, so I want to hear this.
Owners gave up practice.
Okay, keep going.
They gave up practice. We got to look up. They wanted more off season. They got that, but it don't matter.
What do you mean it don't matter? It matter.
The owners got what they wanted.
They didn't get entirely what they wanted. Players got something they wanted.
No, they got practice, bro.
If that was part of the deal, that's part of the deal.
No, but they didn't want that. That's why they locked out.
They didn't want
the players is saying the players didn't want a longer season. The NFL owners did.
Okay, so
they locked out.
So at some point, that means for them to get that longer season, they gave up something that the players wanted. That's clear.
No, they just negotiated. The NFL got what they wanted. My point is, they locked out for the reason of wanting longer season.
Okay, so in return, and this is any business setting, they wanted
50-50. They wanted 50-50 revenue share, and the owners offered 49-51. Owners got that.
Okay, but again, you getting 49. I'm not mad.
But you're saying that it don't work for the owners. I'm telling you, the owners can sustain.
No. What I'm saying is,
when them bills come in for them players who ain't really balling like you think they balling, they gonna eventually crack before that. That's just like no different than the strike or whatever.
Okay,
like they eventually gonna crack. Bro, it's gonna benefit them.
Bro, everything trickles downhill. Them networks and them $1 billion contracts the NFL signed with them networks, they feeling that pressure too. Because whatever product hits that field that ain't part of that deal initially, them networks got a problem. They have a problem. So them owners is feeling the pressure too. Facts.
They feel the pressure, but it don't matter. They already billionaires.
Okay, but picture like this. If it don't matter, why go back to the table? Just stand on your 10 toes and be done with it.
They did stand on the 10 toes because they know they got to give up something. But what I want is what I want.
That's the players too, though.
No, it's not.
They got what they wanted. That's how they got back on the field. I can't.
They didn't want longer seasons, and they wanted 50-50, and they didn't get it.
So in saying that,
so what did they get that they want?
Wait a minute. If they backed off that deal, that means they got something in return that they wanted as well.
No, they got something that they liked.
Okay, that's a matter of opinion.
That's not a matter of opinion.
When you're negotiating, you're giving up something, my guy. That's
you're negotiating, when you lock out, you're locking out because you can't come to agreement. Like, all right, we ain't gonna even play. We gonna do this. I don't think you gonna get what I get.
Okay.
I want this. I got it. I want this. I got it. Who won?
Okay. Well, ultimately, for the players to get back out on the field, them owners gave up something that they wanted.
No.
That's called a deal.
No.
That's a deal.
Owners are willing to give up things, but they stood on their principle.
That's go. I don't get
No, it does not go both ways. How can you say somebody won when you didn't? If I say, look, I want longer seasons, and you say you don't, the number one issue.
But I sit there and say, okay, well, if you want us to play longer season, then cut training camp, cut OTAs, cut something. That's part of the deal.
Yeah, but that's not what you wanted. That's what you agreed to for me to get what I want.
But that's part of the deal. That's a deal. It doesn't
right,
matter.
So who won?
It's not a win.
It is a win.
If you gave up something to ultimately get one of the things you wanted, because I'm pretty sure the NFL, they weren't in agreement with all that initially. But if that was going to make the deal happen, the NFL had to come down off of some of them demands to make that deal. That's any deal.
No, they didn't.
No.
That's why when you get a trade, when you look at a Housing Rosen trade, like who won the trade, you know who won the trade and who didn't.
Well, in the end of the day, when it comes to who winning the trade, it's a matter of opinion because that trade has to play out.
No, well, it's the same thing.
It has to play out.
It's the same thing.
I don't think it's the same thing.
It is the same thing.
It's a negotiation.
Right, but you ultimately, this is what I want.
Okay, so for me to give you what you want,
and this is what you want. If
I'm going to sit there and say, okay, if that's what you want, this is what I want.
Right, but if we
willing and dealing.
But no, if I want it and you don't want to give it, that I got to do what I got to do to make it happen. But you don't really want to do it.
But that's
I give you if I give you minor stuff to get what I want, I won the deal.
Who said that stuff is minor if the players want less time on the field?
They got more time on the field.
How they get?
They got longer seasons, Jay.
Bro, listen to what I'm saying.
That's what the owners wanted. The players didn't want it.
If that's your argument, at the end of the day, if the owners are stuck on 17 games, and the players are like, nah, from a physicality standpoint, that's too much toll on the body. Then that means on the back end, then the counter argument for the players union and the NFL players would be, well, then if you want us to play more games, then you have to come off some of the practice time, some off the OTAs, because that's too much football during the year. Because physically, that impacts all of us.
I understand.
So when saying that, let me say this. So when saying that, if they won that part of the deal for them to sit there and say they won 17 games, and the players would be like, okay, well, what we wanted was less time on the field throughout the year, then again, that's a win-win for both sides. That's the part of the negotiation.
No, it's not a win-win.
Both teams got something that they wanted.
No, they didn't want it. The players didn't want that longer season.
But you're not acknowledging the less player time, the less time on the field in off season.
Is the season longer?
Is the off season shorter?
No.
Because the question you asking again is now that's the boxing part. Here's the reality. If they got 17 games, that's cool. But they gave up something on the back end to get it. And that's the fact.
Practices.
Doesn't
time
matter.
Practices. They didn't give up the season.
Doesn't matter.
The season still starts the same time every year, but now it ends at a later time.
So when do the off season start?
The same time.
No, it doesn't.
Oh my God. The off season starts at the same. Spring training camp starts at the same time.
Okay. All right, listen.
The only thing different now you have a lot more OTAs than mandatories.
Okay, so
the season still starts at the same time.
But at the end of the day, if that's what the players wanted in that deal to give them 17 games,
that's not what they wanted. That's what they negotiated down to. That's not what they didn't want it at all, brother. They didn't want it at all.
So for them to get to this point, the NFL had to give up something.
Right, but the NFL got what they wanted.
It's still a deal.
I know it's a deal, but the NFL got what actually they wanted.
I can't really say that because again, if you want them to be on the field more during the year to get that 17th game, then you had to compromise somewhere, bro. That's a conversation y'all had to have. So if you want these 17 games and you feel like you won the deal because you got that 17 game, best believe on the back end, my bro, you forfeited something to get that 17th game. And that's something that has to be voted on. So when that vote was cast and the players signed on for that 17th game, it was something that clearly benefited them players to make them sign on for that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't see how you see that they won that. Like,
I don't. Well, at the end of the day, if the players got what they wanted, part of that deal, when it became unlocked at the end of the day, that's called negotiations, man.
No, I mean that's the process of negotiation. But when you set out to do what you wanted to do when somebody else didn't, and you still get what you wanted to do, yeah, you negotiated, but you got what you wanted. Like, I give up little concessions for the things that I want. Yes, that's part of it. In the end, NFL has the best sports structure. And like I said, it's because one of the things is I'm a consumer, so I want what's best for me. Yeah, I want the athletes to get their money, go ahead. But when you guarantee somebody something, it doesn't turn out good off the time. That's just like in your job. Imagine if you just guaranteed everybody at your job's pay, whether they come in and show up or not. You wouldn't survive. No job would really survive. You could call out when you want, say when you're sick when you want. That's not a good business strategy. And that's why I said the NFL is the best, because the business strategy for it actually gives you guaranteed money, but not all of it. So you got to perform at your higher level to continue to get that money. So that makes the game better. When you're in the NBA, you know you can sit out a game, you ain't got to play as hard, and you still get the money. It doesn't produce a good game. And that's why we have what we have.
What do we have?
Bad basketball, bro.
I can't say that because it's a global game. There's no way I can agree with that, bro. There's no freaking way.
The NBA is a global game?
Yeah. It's a global game.
Where they play at outside the United States? Constantly.
All over the world.
Where?
You never heard of NBA players in overseas playing ball?
That's not NBA basketball, though.
It doesn't matter. It's basketball. It's a global game.
No, you said...
We talking about the game.
Oh, you said NBA is global.
The NBA is global. Look at the player.
No, basketball is global. The NBA is not global.
Well, end of the day, it's a win-win both ways because the popularity of basketball made it global. That's a fact. You got
but the
leagues all
NBA
over.
is not global.
Okay, but that doesn't here nor there. End of the day, the popularity of the game is there globally, and that doesn't matter because at the end of the day, when it comes to revenue, NBA always gonna win because it's a global game. The popularity is that big, impactfully throughout the world.
The NBA is gonna win?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if them players decide to come to the NBA, it's a win.
For who?
Wembley could have stayed over there and played. Luka could have stayed over there and played.
Yeah, they could have.
So here's my point.
The NBA is not global. That's why they come here.
So here's my point. No, the game of basketball is global.
Yeah, the game of basketball is global.
So the winner is always just going to be the NBA because that is the highest level. So in saying that, whether you playing in a league overseas, in Turkey, Israel, at the end of the day, the goal is to get to the NBA. That's the goal. And it only popularized the sport even more. So when you say the NBA is not as big as the NFL, I think that's an argument. Now in the USA, NFL is number one. Globally, NBA, that's a conversation. That's an argument.
Whoa, you said the NBA is number one in America?
No, I said the NFL is.
Oh, yeah.
In America. But globally, NBA dominates. Whether it's baseball, whatever. Only thing that can compete with basketball globally is soccer. Facts.
Soccer and baseball.
Not baseball. Soccer and basketball is bigger overseas than baseball.
I don't don't know about that one.
Well, we talking about South Americans playing all the baseball. That's why you got all the Spanish in the MLB. Yeah, how many Asians, how many Slovenians, how many Lithuanians, how many Russians you see is playing baseball? Again, numbers ain't gonna lie.
I mean, yeah, and
you got majority of the Major League Baseball franchises have Hispanic players. Again, which is a great thing. They minorities. They're dominating the sport. Cool. But when you talk about the popularity within this country, NFL rule, hands down. Hands down. And I think really because it's a violent game, in my opinion. It's a violent game.
Yeah.
Who don't look combat? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it doesn't. I don't think that. I don't think people around the world don't pick up on football.
Yeah, because it's a lot to it. It really is a lot to it. And the physicality. Everybody is not big on that kind of physicality neither throughout the world. But here in this violent country of the United States of America, we a violent country as a whole. Would you agree with that?
Oh, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. So if you agree with that, you tell me about the violence in this new Bad Boys 4. Because the shit look awful.
Nah, Bad Boys 4 is...
Previews look like...
It's probably the best movie of the year.
It's right now, but it ain't even, been out long enough to say that. But
I can say that confidently that it's probably going to be the best movie of the year.
I'm going to say this. Watching the rollout with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Love for both of them, for sure. I have. Martin Lawrence, one of our greatest comedians. Clearly, he's suffering from something. They don't want to acknowledge it, but I say, to me, what's the shame in acknowledge it? Because it's so obvious. It's apparent that man is suffering from something.
Why?
Did you see how, bro? You don't.
I seen one or two. He could have been.
Bro, he ain't looking right.
He looked right in the movie.
Again, the stage. You know what I'm saying? Just him, just being regular and just walking around, looked like he's struggling. Will Smith literally had to hold his hand at one of the press conference runs they was having when they walked out. He literally was holding his hand, bro. And then when he let it go, Martin stood there. And he's trying to vibe with the music in the crowd. I swear to God, man. If that ain't signs of a stroke or mild Parkinson, I don't know what the fuck that was. He ain't looking right, my bro.
Okay. What does that got to do with the movie, though?
Well, I can't say too much about the movie other than the violence is in it, man. And relating that to the popularity of football and why it's so goddamn popular. Just like our freaking movies are freaking popular because they violent typically.
That's not true.
But in this situation, this setting, this scenario, goddamn it, I'm making it true.
You can't just make stuff true.
Hey, you be making shit up all the time.
I don't be making nothing up.
But in saying that, you think this movie gonna outdo 3? Bad Boys 3?
It's better than 3.
You seen it already? Knowing you, I fucking goddamn it, when? Damn.
I seen it before it came out.
That shit been out 48 hours. God damn, bro.
Yeah, I had a special screening.
He had to emphasize special. You hear how he said that? He said it with his chest, people. Yeah, you showing.
It's a great movie. You should check it out.
You said a great, bro. Damn.
It's a great. It's probably
great.
It's a perfect movie. It's literally a perfect movie.
It's an action movie.
Yeah, it's literally a perfect movie. The storyline is great. The action is great. The comedy is great. The chemistry is great. The script is great.
All right.
And the acting is great.
Okay.
Like, it's literally, if I rank the Bad Boys, I rank them like this: 2, 4, 1, 3.
Let me say this.
Did you like 2?
I like them all, but I'm not a super fan. Like
you hate on Will Smith. I forgot about that.
That is not, bro. That is not.
I forgot. Now
bro,
it's clicking to me. I hear you hate on Will Smith. So because Will Smith's in it, I see now.
People, that's a fucking lie.
Yeah.
He from the P. Like, stop. No, where we clash with the Will Smith shit is You say he's the best black Afro-American actor. That's not fucking true. That's not true. You know Denzel that.
Denzel's not a better actor
bro.
than Will, bro.
And honestly, in the promotional run that him and Martin just had, bro, I feel like Will Smith was trying so hard to sell this freaking movie. Man, there's a lot of energy he was displaying.
Well, he probably selling it because this is probably the biggest joint since the Chris Rock slap. So yeah, he's trying to
that
sell
too,
it.
from an image standpoint. That too, I get that part.
So and honestly, just puts him right back. This movie literally puts him right back at the top because it's really that good.
All right, I'm gonna go see it. All right, you sold me. Damn, okay.
It's really that good. Like it's a 10. Like even Reese said it was good.
How long was it?
And Reese, it's about an hour 45.
Okay, all right, 2 hours. All right. But I'm just saying. I will say this. I had. It was hard to see Martin in the condition he was in when he was doing the press run for the movie. Something's off big time, and that's sad to see. But I just feel like they just need to say what it is, man. We ain't gonna look. The culture not gonna look down on Martin in any way.
Well, you don't say nothing like that. Just like the wife is not in it.
Wait,
she's on a downfall. They won't say if she's on drugs or sick, but most people think she on drugs because they ain't saying anything.
What do you mean? Who wife? Well, slow down. What?
The Martin's wife in the movie.
Is she on drugs now?
That's what the rumor is. She's not in this one. She's recast. The girl from Canada.
Oh, okay. Okay, you talking about in a real life situation? She might have been.
Yeah, in real life.
Okay,
there's
that's
video
why
of
they
her
didn't.
out there, a little bit out there, so people don't know if she's sick or. Teresa Brown, I believe her name.
She's been in quite a few movies too.
She was a cutie back in the day. Yeah. She was a cutie in all the Bad Boys.
Yeah, for sure.
Like she's not in this one. She's recast with Tasha.
Wow, I know she's from Camden, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that because I didn't see it. I didn't know that. Wow. Okay.
So it might be a combination of her doing bad and then maybe Martin doing bad. They don't want that for the press run or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just really hard to see Martin like that.
They didn't address her at all.
Ali, what about his kids?
The kids are in there.
Wow, and she's not?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. All right.
Because if you look up a video of her, she's in a wheelchair talking crazy on the street. So.
Some shit went down. Okay. I see that news to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so, like I said, with her being in that situation and whatever, if Martin is going through something. But Martin kind of made the movie, too.
Really?
Yeah. Like their chemistry and his comedic timing.
And see, that's the thing. I always felt like, at least in the last, I'm going to say 3, he was getting too much of the slouch roles, with the punchlines and all that. I get it, but some of them was a little too giddy, man. Like, I just felt like, he ain't really an all-string. Martin is a if Will Smith gonna be 1A, Martin a 1B, man. Give him his due.
Well, he was 1B.
I just felt like in some of the Bad Boys, at least in a couple of them, like I said, man, he got a little cheesy script to play,
Nah.
No, I'll tell you the one that he was funny in when he was he took the fucking ecstasy.
That was 2.
Yeah, that was funny.
That's what I said.
When he was on that was funny.
2,
got
4,
hot,
1, 3.
Got hot, was sweating. They was at the cabin house. That shit was funny, man. And the Woo-Side shit, that was funny. But yeah,
I give 2 the notch over 1 because I think 1 was funnier. But to me, 2 just had the better storyline, the more action, the multiple storylines that kept you drew in from the Jamaicans to the Cubans to the,
2 was good with the Jamaicans. That was really good.
Yeah, big, and then going over to Cuba.
Yeah, that was good.
Like 2 was just
the rap boy. That was really good as 2 as well. Yeah. And you said 4 is second on the list?
For me, 4 is second on the list.
And which one is 1?
2 is 1. 2 is 1.
2 is 1. Okay, all right.
4 is number 2.
I'm not mad at that list.
Number 1 is 3. I like 3 too, and 3 is the last. But I like 3. But I just think I didn't like I like the storyline, but I didn't like the storyline of him being with the girl and having a son and all that.
3.
In 3, yeah.
Okay.
But it comes to play out in all 4. It's a good surprise in there for you, man. You'll see.
Oh, yeah?
You'll like it.
All right, well, check this out. I got one for you.
Go ahead.
It's a doozy, bro.
Okay.
You might want to roll up the Yeezy socks on this one,
Bro,
bro.
roll down my calves too big.
Boy, this some shit right here, man.
Shoot me with it, man.
Woo! Okay. My bro.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm saying like my bro. One of my
Okay.
bros. He married.
Got you.
Been rocking with this girl for 6 months.
Mm-hmm. Hold up. He's married and got a side joint?
Yeah, been
Okay.
rocking with her for 6 months, bro.
The marriage is still together, or they?
Yeah.
Separate? Okay.
Yeah, still
Just
married.
trying to
Yeah,
understand the situation.
Oh yeah, just hold your horses. It's coming.
All right.
There's some shit right here. Shorty pregnant, bro. Woo! Trouble. Trouble. So here's the twist. He got no kids with his wife. They got no kids. So, and he kept it a bean with me. He said that he was gonna try to do this with Shorty because he don't have no kids. I'm listening.
How old is he?
34.
Okay.
And then I'll give you my comments later, but let me just give you all the info. He said he was gonna try to do this with Shorty, baby girl, because he ended up telling her that he married, and she continued to see him. Yeah, that's very interesting as well. So he sold her the dream of like, okay, we gonna do this. You married, I ain't got no kids. Wife ain't got no kids. This, that, and the third. And he flipped that whole script and said, nah, I don't want no kids. I don't want to see you no more. So Shorty right now is left pregnant. 3 months pregnant, by the way. Holding the bag and trying to figure out what she gonna do. And he told, calling, texting, leaving notes on his car. Shit getting crazy, bro. Shit getting crazy.
So
This is crazy. This is fucking crazy.
So this is my thing on it. And remember, I said this. I said women talk about men cheating all the time, but they won't own up to the fact that they know the man is in a relationship and they still deal with him. Like most men that cheat are cheating with women who know they're in a relationship.
Yeah.
And
Can't argue that.
they get mad with the man, but they don't never be mad with the women. Like they just mad with the women that cheat with them, but they, as a whole, they don't put that into a factor of that. Men cheat, yes, but women cheat with men that they know are in a relationship.
Check this out.
And all of them do.
Now, I asked him. I said, so bro, why did you tell her like she can have a baby, we gonna try to figure it out, we gonna do this, and then renege on it? Because now you scorned her now, bro.
Oh yeah, he made it worse on himself.
Not only worse, this is where it gets ugly because of how you handling that shit. And I said, ultimately you ended up telling her that you was married, which was the right thing to do, but y'all was too far going.
Yeah, you should have said that in the beginning.
Too far going. So I asked him, I said, bro, so since you told her the truth, you want to tell your wife the truth? Since you don't want to go through and have this baby with this young lady, bro, she 26. You know what the answer was? No, I can't tell her that. I'm going to sit on that. I said,
Well,
bro, I said, well, then honestly, I think in my opinion, and I'm telling him now, like, bro, in my opinion, bro, it's probably easier to come clean because I'm going to tell you something. You leaving a woman scorned and now all hell can break loose, bro. You giving her fucking power now. That's fucking dangerous, bro. That shit going to disrupt your life to a point to where as though it ain't going to be you making the decisions.
yeah,
Facts.
because he's leaving it out of his hands. Like,
Yeah.
the only reason for him not to
Crazy.
to say anything is for the possibility of the child not coming to term. That's the only reason not to say anything, just in case it don't
blow. Ultimately, a baby, and you got to
comes out of it. Like if something happens where she decides not to have a baby, or something happens, then he can be off the hook. But that's a very
fucked up.
That's a very minor angle to take. Like it's gonna be worse when you
get exposed
with a whole baby.
Yeah, bro. Ain't no. Listen, I don't know the outcome, but how the fuck you bounce back from that? And I met his wife. Let me say that. I don't know her, but I met her. You don't look like the type going for the okie doke, bro. I'm just saying. I'm keeping it being. Don't look like she gonna be the understanding type, bro.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough situation.
Bro, that's a stupid thing. Is you crazy?
That you're boxing yourself into.
Is you crazy? I said an easy way out, and I'm saying it's not really easy, but I said since you had to go to tell her, you might as well go ahead and tell your wife, bro. You might as well, bro, because whatever gonna happen. Because if this shit continue to spiral, and she do end up having a baby, you wanna know how many months pregnant? 3 months. Been seeing her for 6. So you early going raw, huh, bro? He early going raw with it.
Early going raw, but
26, she fertile. Is you
how
crazy?
old is he?
34.
How old is the wife?
I don't even know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a bad decision.
Bro, you just reckless, bro. You reckless, bro. That I can't help you. I'll listen.
Yeah, like if you don't see that this is a bad lane you taking to drive down.
I ain't got nothing for him.
Talk
to him. Talk to him. I ain't got nothing for him.
You didn't said it. Like this is a bad. Like you're leaving the power to the woman.
Yeah.
You're leaving yourself open to her popping up at your doorstep with a baby.
I already told you, no, underneath the windshield. Underneath the windshield wiper.
Oh.
No, he showed. I read the shit. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
We need to figure this
out. She know where you live at?
That I don't know. But she know where he worked though. That's how she was able to leave the fucking the note underneath the windshield wiper.
So if she know where you work. Yeah, it's real easy.
It's a matter of time.
Where you live.
It's a matter. Just fucking swallow your ass.
Especially if he's on they own a home.
Do he own his home with his wife?
Yeah.
That's a little person. I don't know.
Well, if he own a home, that's done but a Google search.
I'm just saying, bro. At the end of the day, listen. My advice was, and then I couldn't offer him much, but I said you might as well just tell your wife.
Might as well. Like that's the only. And if you're looking to stay with your wife, you gotta start now.
Well, end of the day, I did because I said
But the baby gonna be harder to accept here.
Because I said, well, what made you tell her if you've been rocking out that long and shit like that? He said, man, because that shit was like eating him up because he fucking married. You know, he love his wife.
It's a hard thing to tell your wife. I get that, but you gotta face
you got whatever come out of that. You just gotta eat it, bro. Pause. Like there's no fucking way around that. Because when that shit explode, it's times 10.
Yeah, because he's just making it more harder for her to accept it.
And like I said, you know, we fuck up as individuals sometimes when we miss that opportunity to just fucking own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go ahead and rewrite it now, bro, because the window's there. But because now, trying to convince her to get a divorce, he pay for it. Niggas find out. It's my whole life. And honestly, man, looking at it from both sides, bro, 26. In my opinion, I don't know who she got around her. I think she gonna have that motherfucker. First, no kids, either one. To try to trap him.
Yeah.
And I told him, like, this the shit you need to look out for, bro. I don't know her emotion and her stability as far as like mental and shit, bro. But I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. That decision that you make right now is probably easy to tell your fucking wife. But you telling her now, after initially telling her, all right, we gonna figure this out. Yeah, had a baby. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know, I ain't got no kids anyway. You ain't got no kids. You know, I'm like, oh, you sold that in the beginning and then flipped the whole fucking shit, bro.
Wasn't thinking.
You caught up. You the emotional one here, bro.
Yeah.
You caught the fuck up, bro. So in saying that, I'm like, this is why I'm like, now, you got her like in vain, bro. Her emotions is crazy right now. Cause you leaving it up to her to make decisions, but you also empowering her to literally bury your ass with your wife.
Yeah. And like I said,
and honestly, I don't.
The child is, of course, going to be the number one priority. But if you're looking to keep your wife, right now is the opportune time.
Tell her, man.
Because the longer it goes on,
it's gonna fester.
It's gonna fester, and it's gonna be like, well, why you ain't tell me then? Well, I found out when she was 3 months pregnant.
This sounds like the type shit, and I don't wish this. I hope it don't happen. Where a girlfriend gonna get so close to the situation because she's so emotionally upset. No
DNA.
That too. Oh yeah, it goes back to last week's episode. She gonna end up fucking around having a conversation with the wife in some way, meeting her and listen. I want to tell you he this, he that, because if you, again, this the type of shit that can happen possibly. You better pick this fire the fuck out, bro.
All avenues is open.
That's what I'm saying. Oh boy, I don't want that problem.
And ain't no image like a big belly woman coming up to your wife saying,
"Yes,
I'm carrying your husband baby." And then even if the baby come here and the DNA say it wasn't yours, it's still
the stain.
The stain is there. Like,
yeah, I get. This is where I was saying to you, even having that conversation of is it yours, this, that, and the third, in the last episode, you don't know when them emotions and them questions and how they hit. And is that going to be held against you throughout the relationship, bro? Because you don't know the emotional impact. That shit's crazy, bro. That shit's crazy. You said you survived 13 years. Kudos to you, bro. That real shit, because you don't know the impact.
Yeah.
It made you shit. You start showing humility like a motherfucker. Damn, I didn't mean that. I didn't know. Like, that's a real thing. So imagine this, 26. Fucking with a married man. Like, we ain't even really talk about her. Like, once he told you, why did you continue fucking with him? That was your way out, shorty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I said. Women do that shit.
Actually, there's
no accountability because
I gotta ask you.
He married. He shouldn't even be trying to talk.
That too. But you know how with that shit happens. But, and this is where I said, and this is a couple episodes where I was saying this. You know, nothing is perfect in this world, but at the end of the day, if you're going to have a fucking moment, have that moment and get the fuck out of there. Don't think this is going to be an ongoing thing. That's when you get caught the fuck up. And you end up losing, if not everything, a whole lot, just for that fucking moment. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, my brothers, my sisters, all that cheating shit, bro, like I always say, that's why there ain't no relationships no more. Everybody cheating. This shit bites you in the ass, bro, when you caught up. And with this, like, this, and my bro married, man, I'm listening to this shit. I'm like this, bro. I'm just looking at this nigga like, are you fucking serious? But then at the same time, too, I'm like, there's really no way out of this shit, bro.
Yeah, there's no way out. Well, there's only one way out, and the way out is like a Saw movie. You gonna get injured.
Oh yeah, it might get ugly. And like I said,
you survive, you gonna go through something.
I seen his wife, bro. Don't look like she going for the okey doke. I told you, man. But again, just listening to this shit, and I'm looking at him like, bro, you got caught up.
Yeah. So
shorty. Once, and this is what I want to ask him. When you told her that you was married, was that before she was pregnant or after she got pregnant? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit him over the head with that. I don't even want to talk to him. I'm gonna text him. Yo, did you? Cause I ain't got nothing for you, man, and I don't want to hear this shit. Like, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Well, here's another thing. I got a question for you, and right here is actually we needed a woman in this situation to answer it, because I think it's a good topic. But I think even if I asked you, we really can't get a good answer. I seen one of my friends on Facebook posted, hey, fellas, take your child for the summer, let the lady have some time on her own. You know what I mean? She take her through the week, take the child for 2 months. So I replied, I was like, well, if they're on child support and he takes him for 2 months. Does the lady pay him child support? And everybody was laughing. Nobody wanted to answer it, but I was like, that's like kind of like a real good question. Like, if I was into the position of saying, hey, yeah, you know what, give me my son for 2 months, do you think women will be like, yeah, I'll pay you for 2 months child support?
I don't think
Some
so.
women might say, I won't take your child support for 2 months.
Yeah.
But will they pay
You no.
child support for 2 months?
No.
Why? Do you think that is fair?
It's not fair, but because this damage was done so long ago, and the child support system been so corrupt so long, ain't no woman signing on for that. Because honestly, before they even get the child support checks, they already got plans for that motherfucking money, bro. I'm gonna pay my car new. I'm gonna get my hair done.
So you think a woman would say no just for the fact that she
don't want to be the payee? Yeah.
Don't want to be paid, would you, or not getting paid at all? Like, even you say, I'm gonna take him for 2 months, but I ain't gonna pay you for 2 months. You think the mama sign off for that?
On a not getting paid for 2 months, they'll sign off on that because the freedom part of that and the responsibility part of that. But if you looking for them to pay you, I don't think they gonna sign up for that one, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think stuff like that should be in the law too. Like if I take my child 2 months out the year, then you got to pay me. If you want child support, then if I want child support, then.
Well, here's the thing. Only reason why I don't know if that'll work, because initially when they come up with that child support agreement, the male was already in the hole. He's already in arrears before we even get the first fucking court date. That's what makes it really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid.
Well, it only goes from when you file.
Oh no, my guy. So listen to this here. Say she filed tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Your court date ain't till July 2nd. Each day to go by. You in arrears, bro. Yes.
That's what I said. Until she filed, I thought you were saying that she in arrears for if my child was 5 and I got to pay 5 years.
Oh no. That's fucking stupid. Especially for a brother that's been married and they decide to separate and now he becomes responsible for child support. This motherfucker been in the kid life every motherfucking day. But because she leaves and go file for child support, soon as she filed, the next day he in the fucking rears. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That is fucking stupid as fuck, bro.
Yeah, and I think men, I think we should get child or no child. I think we should get a lobbyist or a lawyer to bring these arguments to a court. Like, it's just common sense stuff that don't go on in child support, John. And I'm not saying that we need the child support for not to have it or
no, nothing like that. It's just
not.
It has to be fair.
Yeah, it's not fair right now.
It's not. It ain't, bro.
And I'm not even on child support, so
nigga, I am, and I'm telling you, the shit ain't
but I know,
fair.
But I know it's not fair.
It's not. It's horrible. And a lot of times, man.
And I'm not saying it's not fair for men to pay. I'm just saying the way it's dillied out, the way it's prosecuted, the way it's.
I'm gonna speak from experience. I'm gonna speak from experience, bro.
That's not like that.
Going the fuck to court, you're just a number. Half the time they don't even pick their head up. They reading the motherfucking Jawn. They when they look up, it's to tell you how much you gonna pay every month. Other than that, they not paying you no fucking mind, bro. You can't even get eye contact from a fucking judge, bro. Yeah, that's how bad it is. Because it's scripted. 32% of your bread. Period. We done here. You gotta pay this, my guy. You can snap out and bug the fuck out or just fucking eat it and figure it out. But end of the day, the lawyer you hire, that was a fucking waste. It was fucking waste. Because it's not like he can get you off it. He can just get it reduced. So that's really a fucking waste because if you can get it reduced yourself, literally.
Well, I don't. When going through my divorce, what I noticed is it ain't really about what your lawyer can do. It's about your lawyer's connections.
Yeah, that's just a fraternity. I've
It's a
always
fraternity.
said that shit, bro.
It's not even like what you can prove or not. It's like how well does
Their
the
relationship.
probate and the judge has a relationship with your lawyer,
Yeah.
and they'll take into your
You'll get that favor.
you'll get that favor.
Yes, bro. I'm glad you know this shit. And again, we've been saying this shit. All that shit is a fucking fraternity. Lawyers and judges, they go to the same fucking schools. They in the same motherfucking boys club at the gym. They playing cards together, smoking at the cigar bar together. You understand what I'm saying? Their kids go to fucking schools together. You know, like this shit is so real. And what you saying is you just hitting the nail on the head, bro. It's who the fuck you know when you gotta go to court. If you're looking for any slack, because other than that, they gonna play it by the book. Because you ain't nothing but a docket case.
Nothing but a docket case
on a file.
So when you out there looking for a lawyer, look for somebody old
That know every motherfucker.
that know everybody.
Yeah.
Yo, who you know? How long you was?
Yeah.
When you interviewing a lawyer, just say who you know. Try to find out what's his angle. Like how long you been doing this?
I'm gonna tell you what I did. And I think it worked. It's still early, but I think it worked. I went and got a consultation for my divorce shit. Talked to the motherfucking lawyer, let him run it down to me, this, that, and the third. So I took that information, went and got a second opinion, went to another lawyer. And this is a woman lawyer. The first one was a guy lawyer. So I said, did you ever hear of such and such, such and such? She's like, oh yeah, I heard of him. He's such a douchebag. You know, she's white, older white lady. So she, oh yeah, he's such a douchebag. He's not very good. I worked a case with him before. He was all over the place. I said, okay, that's all I need to know. So the reality is this. And it reiterates what we're saying. That shit's a fraternity. They all know of each other. So when I went back to him to tell him, no, I'm going to go with such and such lady, I don't want to say the names. He said, oh, she's good. This, that, and third. I said, oh, you know of her, huh? Because she know of you. But of course, I didn't tell him what she said about him. But he couldn't say nothing bad about her.
Well, you can't.
Because she's good.
No.
So at the end of the day,
she's a woman.
That too, but it's fraternity. But she's good. But at the end of the day, too, he hit me for the $250 consolation fee. Cool, I eat that. Took it over the head. No, took it. Went back to her. Cashed out. Here you go. Handle that for me. I don't want this boy because again, he could. When I said her name, he was like, oh, you got a good one. And it was nothing literally. You could see it in his face, like nothing bad he can say. And immediately when I said his name to her, oh, wow, him? Yeah, well, I worked the case with him. He was all over the place. I wasn't comfortable with it. I'm like, okay. Again, information is so much key that a lot of shit that we do, all we need is the fucking information. We can make good decisions with a lot of shit that happens in our life. But man, just that kind of shit and the fraternity of it, bro. And honestly, that circle ain't that fucking big. That's a tight fraternity. Cause they go to the same fucking schools, bro. Like that shit bugged me out.
Yeah, I don't think they go to the same school, but they go to the same school of thought, same school of training. But when they get into an area,
Yeah.
same bars,
Yeah.
same country clubs,
Right.
same schools.
Yes, bro.
That's how they click up.
Kids
So
go to
it don't even gotta be. It could be Rutgers. It could be Princeton. It could be whatever. But once you get into your bar core group,
Yeah.
all you gotta do is know who's the friendly one, who's rubbing elbows, who's vacationing together, and all that stuff.
And they gonna have a comment
All
about
that
each other.
Yeah,
Because they want your business.
yeah.
So in saying that, again,
That's how when I went to divorce with my Jawn, and I told my lawyer told me all about my ex's lawyer. Oh, that this will be easy.
it's funny you said that. Let me piggyback on that. So when I actually hired my lawyer to represent me, okay, she started getting paperwork. But she said, and it's funny, my ex-lawyer is out of Cherry Hill.
Mm-hmm.
My lawyer said, that's strange. And she gotta be, my lawyer has to be, I'm gonna say around that 62, 63, 64 woman. I never heard of him. I'm like, okay, good. Because and again, my lawyer out of Audubon, heard out of Cherry Hill. You know, it's Jersey fucking tight as fuck, bro.
It's gonna be Camden County, so.
So at the end of the motherfucking day, for her not to know about him, he must be trash. Looking good, bro. He's just looking up, people. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got out of that. Yeah, let me around. Oh man. I'm like, bet. Made the face and everything. Never heard of him. That's weird. Cool.
Yeah. So, it's looking up good for Jay. You know what I mean?
See what happens.
Yeah, man. So, it's looking good for us, too, man. Another week down. Appreciate y'all tuning in, as always. Next week. You all right over there?
What?
You thinking of that win you about to get?
No. Something else.
Next week, the finals will be over. We'll be back talking about that. We'll come back with more topics, more things to talk about. Again, definitely share, like, subscribe.
Definitely subscribe, people. We need
definitely
that.
do that. We definitely need that. I'm Shamar. That's Jay. Nothing is out of bounds here on the In Between the Lines podcast. We appreciate y'all for the love. See y'all next week.
Peace. Y'all already know what time it is. 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 Y'all already know what time it is.